action. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your brewmaster in chief. And tonight in the BrewLab, I am joined by Ace MTG, as you can see in the opposite corner. We're going to be co-piloting one of his brews. I was recently on his channel co-piloting one of my brews, and yeah, it's been really fun, and I hope we can continue to do this type of thing going forward into the future. Ace, welcome to the channel. Maybe introduce yourself a little bit, and then we'll jump into tonight's brew.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. And so I'm Ace MTG. I have a YouTube channel as well. We've been talking back and forth. We love to just talk about different decks with each other, get each other's ideas. And this co-pilot is just a fantastic thing for us to kind of, number one, yes, play someone else's deck, but hear somebody else's play lines. We all have our own styles. And I really think it helps every player grow and evolve. Even if that's not necessarily your style, at least hear their thinking, kind of get you in the head of some of your opponents in the future as well. So it's been a lot of fun to do, and I can't wait for tonight.
All right. Well, that's about all we need as far as introductions. So without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. And Ace has sent me over a spicy little one. It's essentially Azorius Mill, which is splashing red for one of the new cards from Lost Caverns of Ixalan, the Brass Tunnel Grinder. And initially I was a little bit on the fence, but honestly, hasn't been too shabby. You don't need to, you know, splash too hard for just the one red pip. And this ability to discard, you know, based on the matchup, the stuff that you know you're not going to need, and often, you know, draw what you do. And it's another way of discarding the Terisian Mindbreaker, which is, you know, as you know, with this Azorius Mill shell, what you're trying to do. So instead of relying on only Faithful Mending to do so, we now have an additional option, and hopefully we'll get it to actually flip into Teku'tlan, the Searing Rift. And at that point, you get to, you know, we don't have that many permanents to cast and get the Discover, but there are some, and then when you do, of course, that is some nice additional value. Yeah, is there anything you'd like to add, Ace, when it comes to...
So in my opinion, I talked a little bit about my channel. I think Azorius Mill is the slightly better version for our current meta, but as things start to shift, and especially after a new set comes out, it usually takes a couple weeks. And then you're going to start to see more mid-range. You're going to see more control. We're going to see more domain. And that's when this one will really start to suit in a little bit better. Because of the Brass Tunnel, like you were just talking about, if you're going against aggro, great. You ditch everything that you don't need. You're looking for all your sweepers, your Wandering Emperors. Now all of a sudden we're playing control, great. We can now be ditching our Sunfalls, our Depopulates, because those aren't the things that are going to give us the win in those games. So it becomes a lot more versatile when you're actually going against those other control, mid-range, domain-style decks. So we're just hoping that the meta has switched enough where we don't just run into nothing but aggro, because there's nothing that feels worse than you miss a 2-drop and then you have to play a Brass Tunnel on turn 3 against a mono red. That's almost a game over, but it's definitely a fun way just to mix up a little bit. And I've talked about it a lot. This is my favorite time in Standard, because if you have one deck you like, you could actually turn that one deck into like 3, 4, 5 different ones by splashing colors all over, because the mana base is so great, and it almost keeps Standard just like extra fresh for me right now.
Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. So guys, I'm just gonna, first of all, Ace, you know, have you got the screen sharing going properly? You can see the deck list in front of you.
Yep, all good. All
right, so I guess we're ready to co-pilot. Hopefully we'll get a good 3, 4, maybe 5 matches in, depending on how long they go. And yeah, that's enough blabbing. Let's jump into some games. See how it holds up on this end of season Mythic ladder. I'm gonna just move Ace a little bit so that it's not blocking the graveyard, and we'll probably just put him over here next to the pet. Voila.
And the other nice thing too is MTG BrewLab and myself, we're much more aggro style players. So I think the two of us looking at the control deck and playing together is really going to help us kind of even just get better at our own control game.
Yeah,
so,
you know, pretty vocal Sunfall haters over here. What would you say about this? Missing a 3rd land, no discard outlet for the Mindbreaker.
Yeah. The fact that we are on the draw, I think I would have to mulligan this.
I'm in
not having my. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're just if you don't get a land, I don't like my early interaction. One get lost. Yeah, so I would mulligan this one. What would you do on this?
I'm in a full agreement with that.
Yeah.
So, okay, mulliganing the first. That's a little nicer. No blue though, so maybe discard the deluge. I don't know.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would definitely go deluge there, just because the double blue is going to be hard to get. We'll hopefully just get our draws off the brass tunnel. Your other option, of course, is the Jace, but that is our win con, right?
Yeah. And you know we can. We'll probably be able
if we get one blue, even if we're going against some type of aggro, right? You sunset into your Jace to at least slow them down enough, and then we brass tunnel, hopefully find those sweepers.
Okay, so we're gonna keep this one.
Yeah, I would keep this one and not be super thrilled, but it's doable.
So deluge, go into the bottom.
And that is the hard thing though with this one compared to your Zorius, is we're only sitting here with 2 deluge.
Yeah, and putting one at the bottom feels pretty bad, but there's a lot of these like, and then shuffle your library afterwards type of things.
Exactly.
So, I think just lead with the Sundown Pass, say go.
Yeah. Looks good. So let's see what we have here. If they're more of the mid-range. Oh, Esper Legends, maybe? No? Okay.
Could be just Orzhov humans.
Yeah. Okay, there's at least one blue. So, yeah, I was going to say, I would play the blue-red, and I would just pass.
There is an argument to be made, because if we tap the this, I mean, you know, you can tap this and lose a life, and then
gain the 4 life and get the 2 1/1s.
Yeah, might be.
Yeah, I guess to do something. Yeah, I'm good with that play. Yeah,
and we could even do it with the forge and not give away the blue mana yet.
True. Yeah, go with that.
So white.
And that is a good little tip for a lot of people to make. And I sometimes will forget that one to tap my pain land to make sure we gang that 4. Have a couple chumpers out there.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, so they're gonna go big.
Could end up being. Oof.
Oh, jeez.
That's beautiful, actually.
I would swing in first because there's no way they're blocking.
And then this only gives hexproof and indestructible. So, I mean, that's bye-bye your.
So it doesn't do anything about temporary lockdown. It would hurt us with our depopulates, but we'll see if he cracks it right now, seeing if it'll protect him. Question, though, is they do have a Catilda. A lot of times, they won't actually have any real green mana in their deck. You just have to hope, right, they don't have the Beseju. It's usually pretty hard, though, for them. Oh, and just done right there.
Sent packing.
Yeah, it's so hard sometimes when they're playing those aggro decks. You hit that one sweeper and they're like, all right, I just don't want any more of this.
Bye. Hey, game 1. Didn't even have to reveal our mill strategy. The opponent probably thought, what is going on? Some tokens into then remove your own tokens?
Right.
Fantastic.
But I mean, the other thing too is, I mean, maybe he would have done that play anyway, but if you hadn't put out those 2 creatures, maybe he wouldn't have committed as much to the board, which would have made our temporary lockdown not quite as nice.
I see, guys.
Fall on your part.
Aces, you know, I really appreciated, you know, once we played together on his channel, he does have a different way of thinking about things than mine, and I've already learned a couple of things. It's honestly priceless. This kind of you know, 2 brains working on one problem definitely has improved my gameplay already.
Yeah, it's like one of those things I look at. Like, if there's a deck I hate in the format, I love to play with that deck. It's kind of learn about the enemy. So it's the same thing. Like, when you're just kind of explaining things to me, I'm like, okay, it's helping me get in the head of maybe a future opponent where I maybe wouldn't have done that. It makes a little bit more sense to me now when you get to explain it to me.
Oof.
Okay. So this one I would keep. The reason for it is we have the card draw with at least the Faithful Mending to be like looking for those lands we need. We don't have a ton of stuff we love getting rid of, but This is one I usually risk it on going first if I have that card draw.
Because that we'll be probably forced into casting Faithful Mending on our turn with the Mirrex.
Yeah.
But that's also not a huge issue.
Yeah.
And we're on the play, so we get a little bit more information. I'm okay to keep that as well. Let's go for it.
It could be a real feels bad, though. Obviously, you don't start hitting those lands. And it will be a tough decision of what to discard.
25
but at least
lands
you
in
have
this
the
one.
information what they are, right?
I love it when people kind of trick you a little bit and they'll put something like, you know, a very control deck looking sleeves, and then it's okay. So,
Sorry. All right. Yeah, I would play that and just pass. I'd probably.
Oof.
Over. I think I would let them just pilfer it, right? If they want to throw our Faithful Mending in our graveyard, fine. Who cares, right? We flash it back. Or wait, does that just discards? Yeah. I don't want to use my Faithful Mending here and then draw into something better that they then take care of that.
Yeah.
So
I just get a feel. I wonder what he'll pick. It'll probably be Jace or the Brass Tunnel. Let's see.
Yeah. I'm leaning towards him picking Jace here. I'd be shocked if he did Faithful Mending. Yeah. And then
do we Mending or not? That is the question. I think probably.
See, that is the hard thing, because it's like, right, you want lands, right? I actually think I would pass on this. I don't think I would Faithful Mending yet.
Just wait until we actually there we go.
There it is.
One of the So I guess we tunnel and discard
Yeah, I would Brass Tunnel and then discard the Mindbreaker.
In agreement with that one. Fantastic.
And you could even do Faithful Mending too, just because we could flash it back. Gives us that extra card draw. And right now we're not really thrilled on discarding things to the Faithful Mending.
Yeah.
You're calling that one though, but I think I'd probably do that.
I was thinking about it just before you said it. I think that's ideal. I mean, it's one extra, a little bit of filtering. So we're going to draw 2+1.
Yeah. So getting 3 cards here. And then flashing back that Faithful Mending later. Okay, good. Drawing in some lands. Celestus. Loving it.
And he knows we have the Sunfall. And, you know, typically Golgari's going to be, you know, your Glissers.
Interesting decision, because now... Wait, do we... Oh, we don't have the land. We can't bring back Mindbreaker yet. Otherwise, we would be able to take care of that Planeswalker right off the bat.
Yeah. Pity. One more blue source there.
Yep. So with that, yeah, I would do Deserted Beach, and I would play my Celestus to ensure myself I'm going to get the Mindbreaker to swing in next turn.
Yeah. Boom. We could draw a card here, but I don't know if that's really necessary.
I mean, honestly, if you think about it, drawing the card might be the best time for it. I don't think our life total is going to be...
It's like...
it could also be a discard to Faithful Mending. Yeah, I mean, I could go either way there. If we had a pain land, maybe.
Yeah.
I would say do it so we could gain the life too, but the fact we can't, one card... I don't think they're going to be rushing a ton out, so I think we'll get a chance to draw off it again later.
Let's go. Also, we're keeping back some information for the 2 mana he may think, you know, it's... Doesn't look like he's found any... Oh, that is a nice little interaction. You still get the food token.
They'll get the food token, and they get to exile cards from your graveyard. So the thing is, this almost forces you into a Sunfall situation, because now they are down to 2 lands.
Why would he not take the Mindbreaker? That is an interesting...
Yeah, that was very odd. So at least for me, I would be Sunfalling here.
Yeah. Like, they put him behind on mana, and we don't risk him eating away our yard with
next turn he's going to be taking our Mindbreaker from us. Don't want that to happen.
So discarding one of these lands, probably the
Yeah, I would discard the Pain land. I mean, I think right now we have the Celestus in play at least. We have enough land for what we need to be doing. and then just it's let me see. How do I hop out?
Otherwise,
What's
we
the
swing.
ultimate on the Ren? Is it -7? Okay, good.
I mean, we could do this now, but you know,
Or force the block.
there's a chance he has. The only thing that really hurts with the Mindbreaker is Sheoldred's Edict.
Yeah. That is true. I mean, we could do that. I guess that might be better than the Sunfall.
Keep that as a.
You know he's going to block, and if he doesn't block, we're thrilled to take out their Ren. So I could get on with that plan too.
Let's go.
The only concern here is if he's uh-oh.
Okay. So
And now, I Sunset. At least draw our card.
Pity.
Yeah. I mean, at least we have nothing in our graveyard now that we actually care about.
That was
And it's interesting to see the Bitter Triumph there. People are starting to play that a little bit more.
Yeah, it's honestly like there's so many, decks that don't mind discarding now with all of the shenanigans.
So I wouldn't block.
Get a bigger bigger.
One, get a bigger Sunfall. Well, I would actually, so I would wait for my turn so I could attack in. I want to drop the Ren down. I don't want him to be able to ultimate.
Yeah. So then at least one more point of damage should get through.
Yeah. It's going to force him now. They got removal anyway, though. All right, well, so now the ultimate is available. Everything they're going to have is going to be vigilance-based. So Wandering Emperor is in a tough spot there.
We could even, we'll almost certainly find a way to flip the Tunnel Grinder. And then...
Yeah.
And then we can start doing some exploring, some discovering.
Yeah. You're... I don't know. I mean, there's a part of me, though, I am tired. 2, 4, 5. What do we have? We could play the land. Yeah, let's see. I would probably play the land. I might start with my Faithful Mending. See what I get before I even play the land. See if there's a better option. It still gives me the ability to Sunfall here.
Yeah.
Because to me, I really want to take out his lands, right? He's having trouble drawing the lands. So we need one land to play.
We may
I would keep the Pain land.
Yeah.
Just in case. And I would
Timer.
So no tax and then Sunfall him. Oh wait, you got rid of Sunfall.
I didn't. The timer. We got screwed by the timer.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well he doesn't know about the
Emperors.
Yeah. So at least we can block. But now he's gonna get the emblem, which is interesting. I wonder what's going on here. This is definitely not a typical list. There were no lands.
The problem is, by him getting that emblem now, our win con is 2 mil.
Yeah.
So he's going to be able to get all of that back.
I think we're going to snag this land regardless. Okay, now he's going to go for the mill.
And I mean, now they're not going to be missing any land drops.
Wow,
would be an interesting line if we went all the way back and we Sunfalled instead of playing the Mindbreaker.
Yeah, I think we talked about it a little too much, and then the timer picked the things to discard without me, I didn't get a chance to pick what I wanted to discard. It just picked the worst possible two because I kind of wanted to keep both of those. Yeah. So we're flashing in Emperor here.
Not yet. You still have to pass. He still could.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just start getting some creatures down. Only problem is killing. I mean, yeah, I guess we're fine with that. If every time he wants to pay the mana to get the Ren back out of the graveyard.
Let your blade do the talking.
And we could also start building up those Mirrex armies.
Yeah. Now that we've kind of been put in a weird sitch.
Yeah.
Guards, to me.
So I would attack in there and just one to the face.
Okay, no removal. So Ren goes, at least for now.
And I think I would pass. I mean, I could still hold up the Wandering Emperor, the Faithful Mending. I want to keep some lands that I could ditch if I need to.
I like it. I like it, and then, you know, either do that or make a Mirrex.
Yeah. Okay.
That's that.
I am surprised he paid the 3 life there when he could discard some permanents and get them back.
Which is giving us some information, you know? Now he's going to minus again, I would assume. And if he doesn't... Okay.
He does bring the land. And just double check, that land is just hexproof, correct?
Yes. Hexproof,
Okay.
Vigilance.
Doesn't attack in. So yeah, I would Faithful Mending here. Still... Ooh, couple brass tunnels. So I would get, oh, we have one out. That does, yeah, I would ditch one brass tunnel. Well, no, I honestly, I might get rid of, oh, wow, okay. They got bored of us.
Okay. Okay. I always
I
wonder
understand
about
we were
these...
playing a little slow, but I mean, they had ultimated a Ren. They were in a pretty good spot there. But I think we're about to turn the tide. That's an interesting call, though. What were you thinking of discarding there?
I would have kept one Brass Tunneler, but when I cast it, I would have, you know, kept the one that we previously had on the board because of the legendary rule. So then we anyway get to flip this one. Because, you know, it's just another way of digging deeper into our library. We have more things to discard to it come our turn. So I probably would have gone one of the Tunnelers and the Adarkar Wastes into the yard.
Okay. Yeah, I think my play, I would have got rid of both lands just to save the card draws for later.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
But
Interesting. Yeah, I can see that.
All right,
I can see that.
2-0, bore them to death. That's what control players do, right?
Hey, that's a win con, right?
Yeah. So that's the one thing, though, and that's, I don't know, you'll have to speak for yourself why you don't love playing control, but a lot of times I don't get that satisfaction because unless you're that person who likes that long grinding game and you've seen people give up, great. But I like to do my thing, and most of the times before you get to do your thing, they've already quit. They've conceded. So I don't really get that satisfaction. I just feel all the time like, my game's not over.
Yesterday's video that I just put up with the Millennium Calendar is a case in point. Like I bored 3 opponents to death, and then the final guy was nice enough. I guess he'd never seen it pop off and he was curious, but he allowed me to actually do the 1,000 to the face. But most of the time when you're getting close enough, they'll just concede and you don't get to see it. But as long as the threat of that is your win con, then okay, I'll take it. But it's definitely not my preferred, you know, my play style. I'd rather be proactive and do things than spend most of the time sitting there watching the opponent do stuff. But okay, 2-0. We're
I would say too, we haven't even had like the beautiful, perfect kind of control hand yet. Like we've had just kind of middling runs here. Yeah, the temporary lockdown on the first one came down at a beautiful time, but still, we really haven't got to do much.
You know, the deck's called Jeskai Mill. We've hardly milled anything, but cool.
Yeah, right.
On to the next one.
We have not milled a single card.
Hey, but you know that's also a good thing, a good sign for a deck. Like if it's just mill and then something goes wrong, you need to be able to at least you know, either Mirrex them away or get some little Wandering Emperor tokens going or something else. So,
which I would really love to see a domain or another control deck just to really see how well it does.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
agreed.
rough.
Double Mirrex.
I mean, you tell me we're going against control domain, I would say keep it. On the draw, though. I don't know. 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 I
we will be able to at least cast one Jace on turn 3 with
One
the
Jace on
Phyrexian.
turn 3, Sunset on turn 2. This is a 50-50 on the draw. I don't know. What's your call here?
I'm tempted to mull this one.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards that as well. It's an absolute hand I love against a control deck, but the fact I have no white and I have a temporary lockdown is just too rough.
Yeah, I would say let's mull this one. Okay.
Okay. I
Now
would
what are we
get
pitching?
rid of. I would just get rid of my my waste probably.
Yeah.
Because then turn 1 I play Deserted Beach. Turn 2 Shivan Reef into Deserted Beach again.
And we're bound to draw another land for our 4 drops, and that's still just okay.
So we're on the draw, and I think we'll draw that 4th land. So, and this looks a lot better.
Agreed. Let's put that. Oh, this is a question that I've always wanted to ask you. Everybody has a slightly different feng shui. I tend to order my cards like lands to the left, and then in ascending order of mana values from right to left. I haven't.
So at times I've done that. Oh, interesting.
Okay, Boros could be like this Nahiri's Resolve, or no, what's it called? I think I'm gonna go with the wastes here. And I'm not too worried about...
Keep your creatures and ping yourself?
Yeah. As we did previous match. Get a little card draw, make some tokens. I beg your pardon, some life gain, some tokens. You know, that Nahiri's 5 mana enchantment that, you know, bounces all kinds of artifacts with ETBs. This could be a ooh, hello.
I'm trying to remember what their big game plan to win is.
Probably Moonforge, Smitty or whatever, the 1000 Moon Smitty, I beg your pardon.
Oh, is that what they're doing on this? Okay, so I've not gone against this version then.
I mean, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
See, I remember that, and to me their win con was the hasters that brings out 3 creatures.
Ah. Look at that.
Okay. I would just double block, depopulate them next turn.
Yeah. I like that.
They're going to get to draw a card off of it, but I mean, we could wait, let them build it up more, and yeah, Brass Tunnel, now that we got that,
we can
get rid of the
Yeah.
Mindbreaker. I mean, we also are getting close. We do have that one Power Stone there to hard cast it. Right? We play our land. We're already at 5 mana. So play our land and we just Memory Deluge on their end step.
Yeah. Yeah, and hold up Depop in case things get out of hand.
Because they're only doing 2 damage to us at the moment.
I like it. I like it. Now, this thing can... I've been a pretty big, you know, vocal proponent of this card. It's better than people think. It's kind of like a... If you look at it sideways, a Michigo's Reign of Truth that you can do every turn for 3 mana. But
I got beat up. I just did some limited today, and I got beat up by that card today.
Alright, playing some limited.
Alright, so Memory Deluge, so...
Surely.
Yeah.
Hello.
See, what do they have? Do we want?
I think the lockdown is
gets rid of a Power Stone. Their 0-3
and this little guy
and some ramping. 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, because well, if they had it in their hand, they would have been able to play anything they wanted. They had enough mana for anything. Because if you're looking on their board right now, that's what?
Yeah.
2, 4, 6, 8. They have 10.
Yeah.
So they already have all the mana they need.
I would say let's keep the 2 Planeswalkers, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I would do as well.
Nice. Okay. So, I mean, I'm digging some tunnels here.
Yeah. I agree, because we want a Mindbreaker before you Jace them anyway.
Exactly. That's always the thing for anybody who's looking at this type of deck for the first time. Definitely the way to go about it. Now the question is, do we discard the other tunnel grinder or not?
I think I would just do the Mindbreaker, 2, 4, 5, 6.
Draw 2.
Because if we draw land, next turn it allows you to Mindbreaker and Brass Tunnel.
Okay. I like it. Oof.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
So 3 mana. I mean, you could even Brass Tunnel just now again if you wanted to get rid of another Mindbreaker. I just wanted to at least get that value out of the multiple draws.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got the blue to unearth this. I reckon I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah.
We could even discard this forge. Get an extra card draw in. Or, you know, give more replacement. Woo! Okay. I think we may actually end up doing the mill thing this time around.
As long as they don't, like I'm saying, they have that big haster. That will be the big question.
There's the smithy. I knew it.
Okay, that's Smithy. So it might have to be a depopulate just because they're going to be so big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can we do...
Right, plus then they're going to be able to tap 5 things on us.
And this is
They're
going to
be able
give...
tap 5 things.
Oof, this is
Yeah,
scary.
it's going to give it haste right now.
That's
that's just death. Oh, no, almost death. Wow.
Oh.
Okay. You are right about the ability of that card.
Can we do this and that? No.
It is too bad we don't 2, 4, 5. Yeah, we can't. We wouldn't be able to do that anyway. I mean, depopulate's our only option.
Yeah,
there's
really.
literally nothing else we could do here. If they draw into a card right now, they just won the game.
Yeah, any kind of creature.
Yeah, I don't see us getting out of this one because I don't think we're gonna be able to Mindbreaker and be able to get it. I mean, we need to leave up Wandering Emperor mana.
Wow, this Geode Grotto, that was punishment.
Yeah. That was what, 16 they put on that Smith? Like, so all they need is any creature now. Okay, there they go. That's it.
Nice.
Well, that was a fun one though. Like, I haven't seen that deck really pop off like that, so.
Oh, baby.
I do wonder about this deck's ability though against the mono reds of the world.
Yeah. They're running the, is that sweeper, the new 5-mana artifact sweeper. It's called like Glyph Bridge or something. Mirror Glyph Bridge.
Where they get to keep one creature?
Yeah. Power level 2 or less. Okay. It's not amazing, but you'd probably run it alongside some Sunfalls and whatnot, but that's making me want to...
One game we were all set up to do the thing, and then that's the game we lose.
So 2-2, and
2-1.
we are...
That was our first loss.
Okay, that's right. First loss. And with 33 minutes in, I reckon we have at least got time for a couple more. So let's just jump right in.
And this is kind of playing... So when I played this deck, I kind of said it afterwards. I did feel like it was missing a step. It just wasn't quite there. If I played against Control Domain, I felt really good, but it just didn't feel as there as the Azorius one. It's just like everything was too slow. And we are not drawing lands very well at all. Yeah. I mean, I don't like this hand at all.
Nah. Bit slow. I mean, we can do the Adarkar Wastes thing with the Sunset Revelry to gain some life against mono red twice potentially, but
if we're not drawing any cards, we're way too slow.
However, we're on the play. Oof. I mean, ultimately, I've been going with your play, and I'm being more like, you know, bouncing my idea back at you. But most of the time, I've just been going with your recommendation. And I would say this is the first time I agree like 100%. Let's mull that one.
Okay, so this I like. I would discard. I would get rid of one Mirrex.
Yeah.
Go right into your Celestus turn 3. So yeah, Darken Wastes. I would probably play my Soaring. Oh no, I would go Waste again.
Yeah. Then
Save the Soaring City if ever possible. Gary, interesting. I love seeing your account, and now I'd go not Mirrex. I still got to save that. No, never mind. We have the Celestus tap for red, so yeah, I would play Mirrex right here, and then we get the Celestus down. It's interesting though, seeing the games you get are very different than the ones I have been getting. I have not had Gagari all that much.
Tinfoil hats on, everybody. Some algorithm shenanigans.
Okay. Oh no.
Hey, well, that's, you know, like, that's one less Terra Sunder that's potentially going to hit our Mindbreaker. So now we can just go Jace and minus them to draw some cards.
Yeah, I think we need to draw some cards is the more important thing right now. So I go, yeah, full value out of this, -2 it. Get a better idea of their overall deck.
Okay, it's Phyrexian Throne nonsense. Yeah. I like it. I mean, you know, I don't know how much I'm going to like going against it, but I'm quite happy that other people are having similar ideas.
So I would it's an obvious Sunset. Well, actually, I would -2 Jace first, I think.
But then we end up with less cards, I mean, more cards in hand than him, which means the Sunset...
Sorry, yes. Okay, so first get our card draw, life gang, tokens, do the whole trio.
We're already on less life, so we don't need to do that.
I was going to say, because even if we minused it, we were still going to have less cards than them.
Okay, yeah, good point. We would have drawn one, and then when we card... Yeah. Now, well. I guess minusing there, maybe we would have had a better play. But at least now Jace survives, and we found a Mirrex for the for casting the tunnel grind.
Tunnel, yeah. So now we just have a couple chump blockers, which is great. So I would pass right here.
Let's go.
I mean, you could Sunset again and just draw the card, but I'd rather get a little bit more value out of it. Yeah. One block.
Jace lives to tell another day.
The real issue is going to be that creature land of theirs. Ooh, Bloodletter. All right, so now we are drawing into... So I would plus it on the Bloodletter.
Absolutely.
Yeah. To me, it's a... Yeah, Mirrex, Brass Tunnel, and... Gonna have to Sunset here as well, because if they have a kill spell or they activate their creature land, we still want to protect our Jace.
Ooh. This is nice.
Oh no, red. Yeah, I would. For me, I'm 100%. Yeah.
I mean, we still
100% Sunset Revelry. I need the extra creatures here.
Would have been nice to also draw a card, but that's okay.
Yeah. I guess we should have done that before the Brass Tunnel.
Yeah. Hindsight 2020.
Okay, see, that's what I was expecting. So now we just have a couple chumps.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's right. Forgot about that.
Oh. Nice, opponent, nice.
Yeah, the Restless Cottage is so good.
Definitely the best one out of the cycle, I would say.
Yeah. Out of our new... Oh, there's at least... Okay. I would still plus on the Bloodletter. Drop my land.
Organic minds are easily quelled.
And now...
I want to...
We can do the Revelry thing where we get everything.
Yeah. Wait, we got brass tunnels for days.
But
I'm gonna be wandering Emperor their Restless Cottage when the attack's in.
but we don't have the 2 white now.
Oh, we don't. Oh no.
So I think we're just holding up the deluge.
Yeah, Memory Deluge. All right. Oh goodness.
Couple
All
of
right,
little
in
misplays.
comments. Let's hear those control players make fun of us right now. Our 2 heads are not working out right now.
But yes, that is definitely where this Emperor is gonna go, and an argument to be made of maybe cutting 1 or 2 of the Mirrex, and bringing in some Field of Ruins. The more I go about this,
Very
the more.
true. Yeah, I agree. That could be our little shift we make after this game, especially the decks you're running into right now.
Creature lands are aplenty, and if you're playing control, I talked about it in yesterday's Azorius control deck, where I was playing the new Azorius land. What's it called? Something Archipelago or something that makes the map token, and then I ended up cutting it and leaving Mirrex and bringing in some Field of Ruins, and then it was really made a lot of difference. So now, of course, we cast the Deluge post combat.
Yeah.
So that he can't exile it.
Exile it.
Or even,
and depending on what we, the only, I mean, depending on what we draw too, there could be a potential case with flashing it back too before he could snag it, but we'll see what we draw.
So block, go for it. Okay.
So yeah, hard casting Mindbreaker now. To me, it's Faithful Mending and Mindbreaker.
Agreed. And if I've done my math correctly, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 blue sources. We could actually 1 white, 1 blue. Okay, yeah. Wait. 1 white, 1 blue.
What are you thinking of doing right now?
Mending, and then Terisianing him now. Unearth attack. He's tapped out, and then follow up with a -2 from the Jace, which will then definitely draw us 3 cards instead of.
Okay, but then do know how much damage we're taking. He's gonna hit us for 20.
Yeah, that's 4.
If he has another Bloodletter, that would just he can't play Bloodletter and activate his creature land.
So maybe we're just holding up. We're just holding up Wandering Emperor, and plussing the Bloodletter again. Don't want to run out of time.
So if we plus Jace is still just gonna die. We get no actual value out of it.
So maybe it's mill time, or draw now and see if we find something better.
Yeah, I would do the -2 just so I get some value off of it. Still forces one of his creatures to come in, attack my Jace.
Oh, hello, Sweeper Town.
I would sweep right away. Careful with the taps. We need 2 white available.
Yeah. So, boom, boom, and then we're still gonna have the Sundown Pass. Yeah.
All right, so that feels good. It's going to force him to activate his creature land to try and take care of our Jace now.
Yeah.
And then in response, Wandering Emperor to him.
Although he may... Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, there's no way he's going to let the Jace stay online. Like, he has to attack in here. He can't help himself.
There goes Deluge, unfortunately, but...
yeah.
We do have 2 tunnelers to dig deeper.
Feel the energy of battle, then guide.
Bye-bye.
Feeling pretty good about that now. The Mirrex tokens will start to get annoying.
Not much of a roadblock.
Okay, so I'd plus on their Mosswood. Now the question is, right, you could hard cast a Mindbreaker, but I think the better option is to, well, you know they're going to Virtue of Persistence and start getting stuff back, but that's fine. They already have their good cards. So yeah, I would Faithful Mending, making sure I have, yep.
Yeah, I made sure.
And ditch.
Maybe keep one for hard casting. But
I would ditch. What's their count on their total cards they have right now?
36.
36. Yeah, no, I would dip both to the graveyard. We're gonna attack. We're gonna get them to 18. Next turn, you can attack.
And we've got a backup Jace.
And play Jace.
I like it.
And we don't even need to. An attack right now with the Mindbreaker. Next turn, we minus our Jace and play our other Jace. It's game over right there.
Yeah.
So.
I guess the only question I have now is we -1 the Wandering Emperor to protect the Jace.
You don't even need to do that. I don't foresee them having any haste or pumps. Plus, if they kill our Jace, we have the other Jace in hand.
Yeah. Regardless, we're pretty much just done.
But I mean, if you want to play it ultra safe, it's just I'm sure they've got a hand of removal.
Yeah.
And the Wandering Emperor isn't our win con, so
it's
I think either way.
If it's yeah, really makes very little difference. Okay. Feeling good.
Because I have a hard time seeing them not throwing down their Virtue of Persistence right here.
Yeah, I mean, we've just milled him so much. He's going to be like, okay, I'll get the Virtue down so I can start bringing some of these. Ooh.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Sure. I don't think I really...
I'm happy to see that, because that now spells game over.
Yeah, just done. Sure, mate. You do you.
Yep.
We could even just mending here and see if we find something interesting.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. It's all... I mean, this is a wrap.
Yeah, we're just playing... We're going through the motions.
So, I mean, so many options you could do, right? Just -2 it right now, bring back... Or, sorry, not yet. You could bring back... You attack with the Mindbreaker, and then you could -2, and then you drop your next Jace. All these things will work.
And we've got mana for everything. I don't even need to worry about auto-tapper, so... Doesn't really matter where I swing. Ooh, we finally got there.
Now we're doing the thing. We're doing what this deck is meant to do. Had the nice depopulate, but for the rest of the time, that was all, I mean, true control, right? We were just finding the correct lane, just taking our time on it. And Golgari is typically just an awful matchup to go against the mill-style deck, because they're not trying to do their stuff too quick. And then drop our next Jace.
Roll his eyes as... Let's give
Good
him
sport,
the cheeky...
though. He's letting us sit here do our thing. Sees that last one and knows it's over.
All right,
it's not bad, 3-1, and it's interesting too because I have said this deck is very well suited to do well in Mythic, and we're not necessarily going against the decks I assume it usually does as well with. Now, Golgari, I think, is a prime matchup. I think they have so much trouble beating us, but they had a spicy little brew there with the Phyrexians, but then they throw in a Bloodletter.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure of their full plan. I mean, obviously they have the
a lot of
where's
one-offs.
that 4-mana? The Phyrexian. Where's he at? The 5/5 for 4. There he is. Obliterator.
He's kind of trying to just blend in a bunch of different things, like a lot of weird spicy one-offs.
Yeah.
Not the
but
typical...
you can tell it is mostly that Phyrexian roaming throne. Get the double triggers off of your Obliterator. Get your double triggers off of your Sunslayers.
I want to say he had those tail swipes or bushwhacks in his hand. And we didn't give him any...
nothing to do. The Bloodletter is a very odd inclusion to that deck, I feel like, though. I love Bloodletter, don't get me wrong. I just don't think that's necessarily the build for it.
Fantastic card. I've had so much fun with it.
Oh, yeah.
I've been working on a mono black with the corrupted... there's that 6 mana deals damage to any target equal to the number of swamps you have, and you gain that much life. Alongside the Bloodletter for the double whammy. Chef's kiss. Real fun. Unfortunately, win rates weren't quite there, but I'm going to keep working at it.
Yeah.
Jace, Ace, we've arrived at the 50-minute mark. I think I'm happy to call it.
All right, yeah.
Usually at this point, I jump back in. You know, we can discuss potential, you know, what we learned along the way. Would there have been any changes? You know,
So in the Mirrex for sure. I would drop it to 2. Throw in some land destruction.
oh, oops. Oh, Ruin, you really have to spell it out unless you've filtered for lands. And then, honestly, the Tunneler felt pretty cool. We just never got to see it turn into Teku'tlan, which would have been nice. Just for,
It is rare that happens, but it is, like, I mean, I've played the deck probably a good 15 to 20 games, and it's happened a few times, and then the next, actually being able to play a permanent off of it is rare as well, but...
I like it. I actually kind of like this. I'm gonna, you know, a little teaser for my viewers. There's more mill coming, but we're going definitely the Dimir route. But now that I've seen this, I've got some ideas of maybe doing some Grixis because of the Tunneler. So thanks Ace for that little spicy idea. But I think this is gonna be it for this one, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll let Ace here lead us out for tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed this video and this collab. Let us know in the comments what you think. And until next time, never forget, you're an ace.
Peace, y'all.